Imagine stepping into a prehistoric forest 150 million years ago. The air is heavy with the scent of ferns, the ground soft beneath towering conifers, and somewhere in the distance, the low call of a massive creature echoes. Suddenly, from behind the trees, it emerges. A giant plant-eating dinosaur unlike anything alive today. Its back is lined with tall, bony plates that catch the sunlight, creating the silhouette of a moving fortress. Its tail ends in sharp spikes that could swing like a medieval mace. This is no dragon from myth, though. It's very real. Meet Stegosaurus stenops, one of the most distinctive dinosaurs ever to walk the earth. But what were those plates for? And how did such a strange creature survive in the dangerous world of the Jurassic? Stegosaurus stenops is a name that may sound familiar, even if you're not a dinosaur enthusiast. It belongs to the order Ornithischia, the bird-hipped dinosaurs, though it was no flyer. It was a large, plant-eating reptile that lived during the late Jurassic period, roughly 155 to 150 million years ago. Fossil evidence places it mainly in western North America, with rich discoveries in Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming, especially in a rock layer known as the Morrison Formation, a treasure trove of Jurassic life. This was a world filled with giant predators like Allosaurus and fellow herbivores like Diplodocus. But even among such remarkable neighbors, Stegosaurus stenops stands out as a true icon. When we think of scale in the animal kingdom, comparisons help bring it into focus. Picture a creature as long as a school bus, up to 30 feet from head to tail. At its shoulder, it stood about 9 feet tall, with the plates on its back rising even higher. In terms of weight, it could tip the scales at 5 to 7 tons, putting it in the same range as a modern African elephant. And yet, for all that bulk, Stegosaurus had a brain no bigger than a walnut, about the size of a lime. The mismatch between its massive body and tiny brain has fascinated scientists and the public alike. Of course, brain size alone doesn't tell the whole story about intelligence, but it adds to the almost mythical image of this slow-moving giant. It could pivot and swing its tail with remarkable agility. In many ways, it was a living fortress, slow-moving but dangerous if cornered, armored yet vulnerable in unexpected ways. What truly makes Stegosaurus stenops unforgettable are its bizarre and dramatic physical features. Running in 2 rows along its back were 17 to 22 large, upright, bony plates, some nearly 3 feet tall. For decades, scientists debated their purpose. Were they shields for defense? Radiators for controlling body temperature, or perhaps colorful displays used to attract mates or intimidate rivals. Fossil studies show the plates were filled with blood vessels, which suggests they may have been used for thermoregulation, warming in the sun, or cooling by releasing heat. At the same time, the ability to flush blood into the plates could have made them change color, perhaps glowing red when the animal was threatened. Imagine encountering a slow, lumbering dinosaur that suddenly flares its plates like a warning beacon. It's a theory that continues to stir debate. Then there's the tail, armed with 4 long spikes, each up to 3 feet in length. Paleontologist Robert Bacher famously dubbed this weapon the Thagomizer, borrowing the term from a 1982 cartoon that poked fun at dinosaur defenses. But behind the humor lies deadly effectiveness. Fossil evidence of puncture wounds in Allosaurus bones strongly suggests that Stegosaurus used its tail spikes in battle. With a powerful swing, this herbivore could deliver a lethal blow to a predator. Despite its reputation as a passive plant eater, Stegosaurus stenops was far from defenseless. Its head, by contrast, was surprisingly small for its body size. Equipped with a beak-like mouth and rows of small, flat teeth, Stegosaurus specialized in cropping vegetation close to the ground. Unlike long-necked sauropods that could reach high into the canopy, Stegosaurus focused on low-growing plants, ferns, cycads, horsetails, and conifers. Its front legs were shorter than its back legs, giving its body a sloping profile that naturally brought its head closer to the ground. This unique posture made it a dedicated low-browser, shaping its role in the ecosystem. Life for Stegosaurus stenops played out in rich, floodplain environments dominated by river systems and lush vegetation. Picture wide valleys dotted with conifers and ferns, the air buzzing with insects, and herds of dinosaurs roaming across open spaces. Here, Stegosaurus likely lived in groups, perhaps for protection against predators. Its slow movement and heavy build suggest it wasn't built for speed, but when threatened. Our knowledge of this dinosaur comes from painstaking archaeological and paleontological research. Stegosaurus stenops was first described in 1877 by the American paleontologist Othniel Charles Marsh during the height of the Bone Wars, a fierce rivalry between Marsh and Edward Drinker Cope to uncover and name new species. The discovery of Stegosaurus fossils in Colorado created a sensation, and the dinosaur quickly became one of the most recognizable prehistoric animals. Over time, additional fossil finds helped clarify its anatomy. Early reconstructions mistakenly placed the plates flat on the back, like roof shingles. Later research, supported by more complete skeletons, revealed the upright, alternating arrangement we now recognize. One of the more fascinating insights came from studying the plates themselves. Microscopic analysis showed evidence of blood vessel networks, supporting the theory of thermoregulation. At the same time, researchers found that the arrangement of plates varied slightly between individuals, suggesting possible differences in age, sex, or even display purposes. Meanwhile, the discovery of predator fossils with injuries consistent with Stegosaurus tail spikes provided real-world evidence that this animal's defenses were more than just for show. But like many species of its time, Stegosaurus stenops eventually disappeared. Its extinction came before the end of the Jurassic, likely as a result of changing ecosystems. Climate shifts altered the kinds of plants that thrived, and new herbivores may have competed more effectively for resources. Over time, the once thriving populations of Stegosaurus dwindled, leaving behind only fossilized remains as clues to their existence. They were part of a broader cycle of rise and fall that characterized the Mesozoic era, where countless species evolved, flourished, and vanished. And yet, even in extinction, Stegosaurus stenops left a legacy that endures today. Its unique profile, those towering plates and spiked tail, has made it one of the most iconic dinosaurs in museums, books, and films. It reminds us that nature experiments in extraordinary ways, producing creatures that are as puzzling as they are awe-inspiring. While we may never know every detail, whether those plates flushed red in the sun, or whether it swung its tail in packs or alone, the image of Stegosaurus still sparks wonder more than a century after its discovery. So the next time you see a model of Stegosaurus stenops in a museum, picture it not as a frozen relic, but as a living, breathing creature that once roamed vibrant Jurassic landscapes. Its strange armor may never give up all its secrets, but it continues to stand as a symbol of prehistoric mystery and a reminder that even the quiet plant eaters could wield power in surprising ways.